This is part 3 of our fence work. We've been working on, part 1 we just got Dally up to the fence, got her stopping by the fence. If you watched part 2, then you saw me working to get Dally to stop with me up on this fence. And now part 3, I want her to get to where I can do a little bit more from this fence and not have her be so bothered and want to leave so easily. I'm gonna just start by kind of petting my saddle down the stirrups. I'm gonna hold the fence with my left hand. I'm gonna take my right hand down here like this and just let her kind of feel my hand on this side. And this is something I haven't been able to do a whole lot of yet. And so she's handling it pretty good. Now I kind of have my weight on this saddle, my upper body weight. I still have my left hand on the rail, my right foot is on the rail, and I'm straddling with my left leg. So if she took off, I got myself balanced here to where it wouldn't affect me a whole lot. Now I'm going to take the stirrup, I'm going to start moving it kind of back and forth like this, and don't be surprised, a lot of these mules will get pretty bothered by that. I'll kind of pick the stirrup up like this, let her see it out of her eye there. Now I'm going to start to get her used to these ropes and things going across, so I'll just kind of throw my lead rope like this, and I'll just bring it back over the saddle. When it comes across the saddle, I'm not sure if you can hear this on the video, but when this rope catches on some of the stamping on the saddle, it makes a little bit of noise, and sometimes that'll be just enough to bother the mule. Now I'll take my rope that's tied to my saddle here, and I'll just start kind of tapping like this. Now this is something that if I would have done this a few weeks ago, this really would have bothered her, because the saddle really bothered her a few weeks ago. But now she's kind of accepting that a little bit better. So I'm going to take this rope down. This right here is as close as I can get to putting her ride on this mule without actually riding her. Okay, so here I'll just take this rope and I'll just pet her all over with it here. I want her to get used to this. I'm going to rope off this mule someday, guarantee it. So she needs to be able to get used to these things, and that might be kind of hard for her in the beginning here. I'll just take this rope here and I'll just kind of lay it across like that. You see how she says, ooh, that kind of bothers me. So I got my hand on my lead rope here. Okay, I'll just bring her right back up to me. So you want to get all this stuff worked out right now. And I'm not trying to scare her. Make sure you guys aren't trying to scare them when they're like this. She says, I can't make it, man. All right, now how about the slicker here? So I might not even need to untie this rein slicker here. Just let her kind of feel this in the saddle. Kind of hear this noise from up here, but I'd like to be able to put this rein slicker on from this fence before I ever get to putting it on in the saddle, that's for sure. Especially with Dally, right? And this also kind of represents me too, so I get on this mule and, this kind of looks like a little bit more of a mass than my rope does, so she can get used to these things here. Okay. She can kind of get used to this. And I'll start back here like this, away from her, and then come over. And come over here. That's a little better, isn't it? Get to where you put it on yourself. You make all the noises that is put on a slicker entails. Even though it's kind of funny, we're here in Arizona and a rein slicker doesn't seem very relevant. But where I ride at home, I'll be putting one of these on for sure. And all over the country, right? So she's got to get used to this. This is a great place for you guys to put your slickers on too before you ever do it from the saddle. I'm getting a little bit louder with this saddle now. You see I move it around a bit more. She needs to be comfortable. So again, right foot, left stirrup, put a little pressure down here. See how she can't quite, she got scared of something up ahead of her, but she's not quite sure about that. I'd rather test that little weight in the stirrup from up here than down on her side. You haven't got near the chances of getting kicked up here if you was worried about that. So put a little pressure here again. Okay. Now I might come in on this side here and I'll kind of take my, I'm holding the the panel with my left hand and my left foot, and I'll just swing my leg over like this, and I can let my leg rest across her butt. She needs to get used to all these things here. And from this left side will be good today, but I'll get to where I can do this on both sides. Just get to where I can kind of sit there, put a little weight. Okay, sit there, put a little weight. So that's your part 3 of your fence work. As I continue to do this, I'll get better. I'll get better with this rope. I'll just do a little bit more every day. Get to where I need to get to where I can swing this rope off of her. I need to get to where I can put this slicker on. Oh, she did really good with the slicker. But those are the basic things I'm going to be doing from the saddle, is putting a slicker on or roping, and then of course riding. So there's your part 3 of your fence work here with Dally. Thanks for watching. God bless.